And there it is.
And there it is.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are obviously live. We are here. Um, we are missing one third of the death triangle at the moment. Grandma Wendy is running behind, so we're gonna give her a couple of minutes. But I figured before we just come on live, shoot the shit, and kick it with you guys for a little bit. Give her a chance to get here, and I know some of you saw me last night. A huge shout out to anyone on the Rewind Wrestling Network live on YouTube. It's a pleasure to be here. I've already said my piece about it last night when I joined the Rewind crew. I wanted to give Brucey a chance to chime in here first. Let us know. Everyone was asking me how you felt about this opportunity, and I was like, I don't really want to speak for him. You have the
Okay.
floor, high class. How do you feel about joining the Rewind Wrestling Network?
I'm actually really excited about this. It opens so many new opportunities for not just for us, but for them as well. The hobo clown's in the house. Hey Jose, you want to come on tonight?
You want to go old
Go for
school,
a
fill in
throwback?
for Grandma Wendy?
Um,
I think I still got the clown music here somewhere. Just
no, I I'm totally on board with it and excited about it. And I think there's a lot of good stuff that's going to come from it, and a lot of good crossover opportunities and short opportunities. We just gotta, there's a lot of stuff in store for the future. So it's looking good. I'm stoked. I'm happy.
Yeah, I mean, originally Ted brought me, the proposal, and I thought to myself, yeah, why not? But I'm one of the three,
Oh
and I didn't want to speak for us, so
yeah.
I immediately come back to Bruce and Wendy, and I'm like, hey, they want us. What do you think? And they're like, yeah, let's fucking go. I was like, okay, thank God, because I was thinking that too. And we talked it out, we hashed it out, we came up with a plan, and now here we are, and I'm just as excited, if not more. I know I said that last night and I keep saying it, but it's like I really am truly pumped to be here in front of people who may not have seen us or even heard of us. I'm truly pumped to be part of this network with some great people. Like
Hmm.
they've even offered to come on this show over the coming weeks as we transition. Next week we're gonna have Ref Amy.
Yeah. Have
I think
Ref Thick on next week.
the week after that, I think Kevin Key shows up, and we get to debate who the bigger MJF mark is, because apparently him and Brucey, although he has a double love, he has Goldberg, which I don't get, and MJF, which I'm sure he gets.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. I get
So
it.
it's gonna be an exciting time. So many doors opening, so much opportunity for both sides. I can't wait. Like this is just the beginning of the invasion, and for those that don't know us, boy, you are in for something.
Right?
Like I don't know if you think it's gonna be good. I don't know if you think it's gonna be bad, but it's gonna be something.
It's definitely going to be something.
We are pumped for all of you. Thank you, random Facebook user.
Right?
No, we're pumped too. We'd be a little bit more pumped if Grandma was here, but hopefully she's making her way in. And I guess since we got that out of the way, we're just trying to fill a few minutes here to give her an opportunity. Why don't we bring up what we were talking about before the show? Just some of the stuff that we had from Dynamite on Wednesday. I mean,
Yeah, so I'm pretty stoked about the news of my boy Josh Woods is all elite in ROH.
I knew you would
Um
be.
this is very exciting cuz this dude is fucking amazing. If you guys haven't seen the pure title match that he had with Wheeler Yuta when Yuta won the title, you're missing out on some great fucking wrestling. Go check that match out. This dude's amazing. He's dynamite in a package. It's gonna.
Yeah.
This is a good one. This is a good one as long as they use him properly and have him do the things that he needs. Put him in the positions he needs to be in because this dude's a star in the making, in my opinion.
Oh no, absolutely. I mean, I had seen him when he came in the Rising Stars stuff with Ring of Honor, and then quickly switched to the Pure division, and just looked phenomenal. I let Brucey run with it because this is, for those of you who don't know, Brucey is like a kid at Christmas. When he gets an idea in his head, he just pushes it at you. I don't care if it's July. From July to December, he'll be going, I want Josh Woods in AEW. I want Josh Woods in
Yes.
AEW. And you're like an annoyed parent, like, I heard you will tell Santa, okay? So we've Wendy, if she was here, could back me up. We have heard this on multiple occasions. If you watch this podcast regularly, and I know a lot of you do, we have heard this over and over and over. So when it finally happened, I knew Bruce was going to be like doing backflips over
Fuck
this shit.
yeah.
So I had to let him go, and I had to let him get it in because, again, kid at Christmas. I want Josh
Yep.
Woods. I know, bro. I know.
Yep.
I'm aware.
I think he's gonna be more of an ROH guy, but still, I'm happy. I
Yeah.
said after that match with Yuta, I said if they don't sign him and bring him in for ROH, at least they're fucking losing out. Losing out big time if they didn't sign him.
And he came in as Tony Nese's tag team partner and laid out Swerve, and I'm guessing they're gonna have a tag team title opportunity down the road with Limitless Swerve, which should be a great match. I mean, I'm not the biggest Tony Nese guy, but it's a good way for
He's a good worker.
it's a good way
He really is, though.
No, he's a great worker, but it's a good way to kind of like ease him into a new roster and
Mm-hmm.
a new talent pool. So I'm definitely excited for it. I want to see where it goes, and then of course we had some shocking moments around the FTW title.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
fuck!
Um,
Like first Danhausen gets squashed, which is okay, semi
stupid.
sad.
No, it's stupid. Because the dude is actually an amazing fucking wrestler. The guy can go, and they just keep squashing him. Like it does him no justice. He is literally AEW's version of R-Truth, but he doesn't win.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
sucks because Danhausen can
But
fucking
Truth don't
wrestle.
win that much anymore either.
No, he doesn't.
I don't think he has a win in 2022. So they're kind of on par. Like they're tied with each other. Maybe they ought to fight for the 24/7 runner-up champ. I don't know. I mean, stupid, sad, call it what you will, but at least you understood it when Ricky grabbed the mic and said he was still fresh, and then Hook pops out.
That was fucking
And
awesome.
it was like, oh, we're doing this. I thought it was going to be another one of these wait till next week moments, but no, it
Yeah.
was like, we're doing this now. I was like, oh, now, cool. And not moments later, Hook slaps on. I know he calls it red rum. It's the Taz.
Yeah.
It's the Taz mission, y'all.
No, it's red rum.
It's the Taz mission.
It's red rum. Taz even said it was.
Because he's trying to be nice to his son. Either way, slaps it on, gets him to tap, holds the FTW title up, and you think the calamity is ended there, but no. Because Ricky grabs a mic and he gives this passionate promo about how
really good promo. Really good promo.
His time was last year. His time was he's not going to wait any longer. And before he can even finish, the next thing you know, Powerhouse.
He said me and Hobbs, and
yeah, he went to me and Hobbs, and it was like on cue. Hobbs just cracked him in the back of the head with a clothesline and dropped him. And I was like, wait, what?
And Taz was freaking out. So here's the thing. I kind of hope it comes down to just Taz and Hook now. I want to see Taz literally manage Hook just for a little while. It doesn't have to be forever, just for a little while.
Amen.
Because obviously, either A, they're really playing into his no speaking gimmick, or B, he's not that good on the mic yet. So,
yeah,
he obviously needs a mouthpiece.
when you hear him talk, which is very few and far between, but when you hear him, he doesn't sound like he struggles at promos or, being in front of a camera. I think it's just a gimmick, but you're absolutely right. He needs a mouthpiece, and who better than his dad?
Yeah.
I mean, God, Taz was so choked up. It was another one of those moments when he
Mm-hmm.
won that title where I was like, I'm not crying, you're crying. Get that fucking camera out of my
Exactly.
face, man.
Exactly. Yes.
Goddamn, it rained today and now there's mold in the air and my allergies. Oh wait, that
Yes.
happened Wednesday, right? Never mind. We're gonna change subject completely.
Right.
But
Thanks,
yeah,
Mike.
it looks like it obviously looks like Team Taz is done because
Yeah.
we know Brian Cage has been long gone. We've got some stuff to talk about there when we get to Death Before Dishonor once Wendy gets here. And if she doesn't in a minute, we're gonna fire this bad boy up.
Yeah.
Now Hobbs is gone. Hook has been
Uh,
Hook. Like
Hook's
he was
been doing
there,
his own thing.
then he went out on his own. So all that's left really is Ricky.
No, I think Hobbs kicked Ricky out.
I think Hobbs kicked himself out.
Maybe. But
I don't know. I don't know what to
feud's
make
gonna
of
be
that part.
amazing. That feud is going to be amazing.
Yes. You know how we've said
Amazing.
we said sometimes AEW has that slow burn effect whether it be
Mm-hmm.
like we saw Christian turning on Jungle Boy from a mile away. We knew Julia Hart was going to join the House of Black months before she did. This one did not see
Nope.
coming at
Me
all. Like
either.
as soon as it happened, I just oh shit.
Yeah. They got me. They got me.
I just saw a shiny thing and oh god. Like
Right?
like damn, that was impressive. So they can do it, which means they should.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's another thing. If you haven't watched us, we are not the type to just bash on one side or the other side. If somebody fucks up, we're gonna be like ECW fans and we're gonna do our proverbial "you fucked up" chant. We're gonna bash you. If you can do this, if you can surprise us like this with Hobbs AEW, then you can do it with Julia Hart or Christian Cage or whoever the
Yeah.
fuck else you plan on doing it with. So that's what you should be doing from now on, because this other shit
Absolutely.
kind of whack.
Yeah. I like how, they draw their storylines out, but I think Julia Hart was drug out too long. I think that one was too long. But
Definitely. But
I
anyway, but
digress.
that was fun, and I guess the last thing I want to bring up is this whole Jericho and Moxley thing in the middle of Dynamite, where Mox had a great match with Roosh. I mean, if
Oh
you can
yeah.
see it, please go back and watch it because it was top notch. After the match, the Jericho Appreciation Society comes out, and oh man, first of all, I don't think I ever want to hear the words "appreciate us" ever again. Ever. You're taking this sports entertainment shit too far, y'all. and Anna Jay, I'm glad you're getting more time on TV and they're changing you, and all of that is a bonus. But what the hell was this?
You out! I'll choke you out! I'll choke you out! I'll choke all of you out!
It went on for much longer than that, by the way. That's all I can get away with.
Yeah.
It was, I'll choke you out! I'll choke you out! I'll choke you out! Calm down. Here, do you need a drink? Like, chill. We're good.
So she's no longer in the Dark Order then.
No, she's officially back with Ty Conti and with her name isn't Anna anymore. Her name is Anna J.A.S.
Oh my shit.
Yeah. Which only prompts, I think, the both of us to think.
The fuck?
Am I wrong?
No.
Okay. I was just
No.
checking. But once, Jericho had finally, and I didn't even know this was a thing, but apparently it is. He finally invoked his rematch clause against Jon Moxley.
What?
Yeah. If you remember, he and Jericho never had a rematch. Moxley won the title, moved on, had all those other challengers, lost to Kenny, never never got Jericho again.
Huh.
Ivan, what's happening, fam? Circle of Debate. Make sure you subscribe to them too, and Wrestling DeLorean, and anybody else you see in this live chat. That's our league, fam, and we love these guys. But yeah,
Hey, why don't you kick this fucking thing off? Let's get this show going.
You think it's that time?
Fuck yeah.
I mean, I guess we gave Wendy long enough.
We've been on 15 minutes.
If anything, in the spirit of SummerSlam, she'll just pull a theory and run in and cash in the case. I don't know.
Yeah.
Why not? All right. We've talked about it long enough. You've waited for it long enough. There might be some people out there waiting to see this that have never seen it before. So, the next episode of Top Rope Wrestling Talk officially starts right about now.
Sound busy.
Who's here?
Sound busy.
Yeah.
Burberry scars, shrimp and Perry on. Living like a comet, moving amongst the stars. $100,000 sports cars, silk massage, menage a trois. Yes, I've been a boss. Sauntering, Major D staying flabbergasted. I asked about the size of an infant's cast.
All right, I promised Ted I was going to do this. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Rewind Wrestling Network proudly brings to you its Tag Team Champions of the World! The not-so road dog DOM. The high-class one, Bruce. Rewind's New Age Outlaws. Welcome, everyone, to a show made by wrestling fans for wrestling fans. Welcome to Top Rope. And we did give Wendy a shot. I'm hoping she will be here. I'm not quite sure what's going on. We're messaging her in the background. But at this point, you're stuck with Brucey and I. I usually do a nice big, intro and everything else, but that was it. Brucey, please take this from me. Take it away.
What?
Start the show, homie.
Oh shit! Sorry,
I wanted to save some time, so I just did.
I was looking at some of the content for the show. Sorry, some of the stuff that we're going to be talking about.
Good.
So, needless to say, this continued another week of crazy and amazing wrestling news and also television, that we got to see. There was Death Before Dishonor. I heard that there was a fuck ton of wrestling on Monday Night Raw, and that makes me very happy. I'm probably going to give it another week or two to let Triple H get his bearings and really get going before I fully commit to watching again. I do truly think that I'll get to that later in the show because we've got a topic for that. So there was some major news from New Japan Pro Wrestling that came out. Stardom on Twitter just announced in today's Stardom 2022 strategy meeting the IWGP Women's Championship. Yes, you heard me correctly. Right. New Japan Pro Wrestling is introducing a women's world title. Now, if y'all don't know much about New Japan Pro Wrestling, a woman's match or a woman in a ring in New Japan Pro Wrestling is very, very, very few and far between.
It's rare.
But since they purchased Stardom, they vowed to catch up to the standard of professional wrestling, at least in their American shows, because they said they were going to fly over Stardom competitors to wrestle on the American circuit that they have. But now the IWGP women's title is out, and you're going to have women's matches on New Japan Pro Wrestling. And I think that is so huge, not only for women's wrestling, but just for wrestling in general, for New Japan to come to that. What are your feelings and thoughts on this, man?
Man, when I first saw the tweet about an IWGP Women's Championship, immediately the first thought in my head was,
yeah, exactly.
I know, a little anime for Japan. Just trying to keep it. Just trying to keep it legit. I mean, and this comes off of New Japan announcing that they were going to start having women's matches in the US and possibly in Japan and bring more Stardom talent over and that sort of thing. I think, if anything, they finally realized that they are the last major promotion without a women's division.
Yeah, they
I
are.
mean, MLW got a women's division before you, and you've been around a few more decades than they have. So, on one hand, it's about time, but on the other hand, it's a tremendous stride in the right direction because we know Stardom
Yes.
is packed with talent. I can't even begin to go over Stardom alums and where they are today because they're some of the biggest names in women's wrestling in general. They're everywhere. And so to get this next crop in front of New Japan crowds, whether it be in the US or in some of these shows in Japan, or even Wrestle Kingdom, Tokyo
Mm-hmm.
Dome, with all tens of thousands of screaming people. Well, maybe screaming because they social distance and do some other stuff in Japan still, so they don't really pop like they used to. But you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Can only benefit both sides. Like it's gonna be great for the women of Stardom. It's gonna be great for New Japan because people are gonna stop looking at them like the fossil in the room.
And here's the other thing. This is actually going to benefit AEW because Joshi wrestling is going to be seen more. Because
Yeah.
here's the thing. Let's be honest. It for you got to be a niche fan in America to watch Joshi wrestling. You have to be,
Yeah,
just speaking honestly, like only hardcore wrestling fans are going to sit down and watch Joshi wrestling and watch Stardom and stuff like that.
that's true.
If you look at it. So this
That's
is going to
true.
get more exposure for Joshi wrestling, and AEW likes to use Joshi wrestlers.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, honestly, I was Wednesday night. I was explaining to somebody like who Mia Yamashita was and what her finishing move was and everything else because they just hadn't seen her at all.
mhm.
And I watch DDT and I watch Stardom and I watch that type of stuff, but not everybody does.
No.
So maybe getting them out there on, even if it is with New Japan and US television, and maybe bringing some of these women to say ROH when it comes back, or even to Dynamite, like
Mhm.
would help New Japan for exposure, and then would help AEW to get some of these people more known in the mainstream.
Yeah.
But at the same
Absolutely.
time, I feel like AEW I think the only thing I got to knock AEW on this subject is if you're going to bring in somebody like Mia, give us some footage, some background, something. Don't have Excalibur give you his promotional Micro Machines man description of her as she walks down the ramp.
Yeah.
Put something together to show people this is what she is, what she's capable of, where she's been, what titles she's won, whatever.
Yep.
And that could be said about a lot of the ROH talent and stuff too. Like there are still people out there, sadly, who don't know who Roosh is.
Right?
This guy's been an ROH champion. He's a member of, Los Ingobernables. He's young, but he's well decorated, and people don't know him. You have direct access to ROH and AAA's catalog, AEW. Put something together. Here's
Absolutely.
Roosh. Boom. Little quick, 30, 40-second clip. And then he comes to the ring.
Jose made a great point about New Japan, in what we were just talking about.
Oh,
You
this
know,
one?
yeah,
Yeah,
New Japan taking them baby steps, and it is going to pay off for him.
it
And
truly
there's
is Hobo Clown.
there's a lot of people that had no idea that New Japan actually owns Stardom now for the longest time until now. I think it is going to pay off for him, and I think it's going to pay off huge as well. I think this is really going to benefit. It's going to benefit a lot of companies in the long run.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? While I'm here, shout out to Devin and Clark Street. Please go
Yes.
subscribe to them too. Like, I don't, I don't know. At least for me personally, I don't know where I'd be without Devin coming on here and kind of befriending us and
Yeah.
leading us down the path. Like, we had to take it, but if it weren't for him, we wouldn't even have been on it. So thank you, fam, for everything. I
Yes.
know I've said that on
Thank you,
social
big
media.
dog.
I didn't want you to think I was bullshitting, so I'm literally putting it on wax for you, man.
Thank you, Devin. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. So let's move on to, I guess you could say, we got like really 3 big segments and a new game that we can still play with just the 2 of us.
Okay, I was wondering about
So
that.
we can still do that. So let's talk about Death Before Dishonor, because this pay-per-view, um I don't care what they said about the buys and the attendance. This fucking show was amazing. It was awesome from start to finish. There wasn't a bad match on the card. There really wasn't. And we're gonna go right into it. Claudio Castagnoli versus Jonathan Gresham. So yes, we know Gresham asked for his release and all of this. But with that aside, to have that match kick off the pay-per-view, I was kind of shocked. I really was. It was a very technical match. It was a good match. With Castagnoli coming back and winning the ROH World Title, it was cool to see. There's a lot of people that say, "Oh, here, come here. I'm going to give you a world title because you haven't been a world champion. Just come sign with us," you know. But I actually think it was awesome. It was awesome that Castagnoli won in a great match, and Gresham did put on a great match with Castagnoli. So, Dom, where do you stand on this match, and what were your points, high points and low points of this match?
Oh, I got a lot to say about this. But first, let me give a shout out to Sam Slade from Nickel City Wrestling. I love that man. They've got a show coming up. I think it's the beginning of August where Masha Slamovich comes home and a bunch of other stuff. Check that out if you get a chance. I had to get that in because I've been talking back
Yeah,
and forth
man.
with Sam. That's good dude.
Absolutely.
Now as far as this match goes, I personally enjoyed the hell out of it. There were a lot of people complaining about, Jonathan Gresham getting squashed,
He
and
didn't.
and I just kind of like, even if it was on social media, I'm looking at my phone and and again, we're back to that moment where I'm
The fuck?
because let's be honest, if you want to know what a squash match is, go see Danhausen versus Ricky Starks.
Yes.
And then watch Gresham versus Claudio. There is a huge difference because one is a squash match and one isn't. And I know there have been reports that have said that Jonathan Gresham asked for his release. There are also reports out there saying that Jonathan Gresham is done with wrestling.
Yeah.
Now,
For the foreseeable future.
regardless of what you believe, one thing is absolutely true. These reports came from the same man who said before our last show that Brock Lesnar walked out of the TD Garden. Okay? This is why, and again, shout out to Devin. This is why I have agreed with Devin wholeheartedly when he has come out on shows and made podcast episodes called Fuck Them Dirt Sheets.
Yeah.
Because here we were last week, and I know I think Chris brought it up, and we decided to talk about it, but it wasn't confirmed. It wasn't one of those ESPN confirmed reports. And I thought, all right, let's just run with it anyway. He wants to talk about it because we at Top Rope are for the people. And by the
Right?
end of our show, Brock Lesnar was coming down the ramp.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is take these reports for what they are, because the same man that reported this reported Brock.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this match thoroughly. I was amazed that it kicked off the card. I thought it was it wasn't a squash. It was more of, when you looked at the size of these two competitors, Claudio is miles above him,
Ted.
bigger than him, and it would make sense that Jonathan Gresham can't go for an Irish whip because he's just going to go, no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
That's not a squash. That's legitimate reality type wrestling.
Yeah.
He also got Claudio in submission holds. It worked his knee
Yep.
over. It did everything that a little man does against a big man. Like we just had 20 years
Yes.
of Rey Mysterio. You know how many times Rey Mysterio worked over a big man's knee?
Mm-hmm. Just about every match.
Won that man a few titles, didn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
This was not a squash. It was a very good match. And I'm very happy for Claudio. I damn near wanted to come out last week and say, you know what? I hope that motherfucker wins. He's never had a world title anywhere. And I remember the 2 title matches he had in Ring of Honor when he showed up. One of them being against Nigel McGuinness. I think that was the last one. Where he came up this short. Like if you watch both those title matches, you thought at one point or another he was winning.
Yeah.
And it didn't turn out. And it hasn't turned out anywhere else. How long has this guy been doing it?
A long
so it felt
time.
Good when he finally held that title in his hand and you saw that look on his face. And I got to go back from that. Yeah, exactly, Sam. Rumors are rumors. And that's all dirt sheets are. So we'll continue to monitor the situation, and when something concrete from like Jonathan Gresham comes out, we'll come back to you and tell you. But
right?
As again, Devin chimes in. That's right. Fuck them dirt sheets. Everybody out there, it feels good. One time, fuck them dirt sheets.
So Devin, if you're around for the Would You Rather segment, I've got one in there that you might want to answer.
Oh boy. Let us know, Devin. I'm gonna send you the link. Just tell me where you want it.
No, so
it was a great show overall, Ted. And Tony seemed to capitalize on it, and I'm sure he will going down the line. Like he was saying in the scrum afterwards, this was the highest attended ROH pay-per-view that wasn't on WrestleMania weekend and wasn't at the Garden. Those are pretty big numbers.
Yeah. Absolutely. So moving on the card for the show, I think this was it was a good match, but it was like meh for me. Because I mean the match was still solid, but it's the six-man title match with Dalton Castle and the boys versus oh my god, I can't remember the freaking name. It was Vincent and who the fuck are they?
Oh, the Righteous. Vincent,
the Righteous, that's who it
Dutch
is.
And Bateman going up against Dalton Castle and the boys. Yeah.
And the boys. I thought it was a solid match. I've been on the fence about Dalton Castle for a long time. I know the dude can wrestle. I've seen his matches. I like his matches. I don't know. I guess I just have to see more of him on my TV to get used to him and understand his gimmick. I figured you would, Ted.
It's pretty simple. He's another one of these guys who wants to be some sort of Freddie Mercury type wrestler. You know, when you look around, you got Shinsuke over here. Then you have Emi Sakura, which is probably the funniest one. Draws the mustache on and wears the jumpsuit.
Yeah.
Castle. You know, and his boys who got names. And the saddest part is I forgot what they are. They're like Brent and something.
Yeah. Boy 1, boy 2. Let's just stick with that.
But now it's Brent and something else. I don't remember the other one. I got half of it.
But it was a good match overall, you know, with Dalton Castle and the boys coming away with the 6-man titles. I think the next match is one that I really highly enjoyed on this card. And probably could have stole the show if it wasn't for the main event, which is Wheeler Yuta and Daniel Garcia for the pure title. This match was pure wrestling at its best. They only had one rope break the entire match.
Right?
That in itself.
How about Garcia's promo before the actual match, where he said, "Have you ever watched a sport and thought to yourself, you know, I'll make this better? More rules."
Yeah.
I fucking died laughing, man.
Oh,
comments. Yes, Sam. for those of you who don't know, Danny Garcia, Red Death himself, trained at Nickel City Wrestling.
That's
so there is
fucking
also that.
awesome.
Isn't that amazing?
That is awesome. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. But no, this match, I don't know. I can't say never. It's been a long ass time since I've seen a wrestler elevated as much as he has just by having other wrestlers around him than Wheeler Yuta.
Yeah.
He listen, this is a guy that had been around. He was a pandemic guy. He came in to fill spots during the pandemic. Then he wound up sticking around and getting a contract.
It just dawned on me. Oh, sorry. It just dawned on me probably before or probably after our last live stream. You know how long Wheeler Yuta has been around? He was in the original Pure Title tournament when they brought it back.
Yeah.
But he just never caught on anywhere until, like you said, pandemic comes into AEW, gets a shot with Best Friends, and then we roll from there.
Mm-hmm. Now he's being elevated by Claudio Castagnoli, friggin' John Moxley, and Bryan Danielson. Like, it's crazy to see the rub that he's got, and it's awesome. And then you've got Daniel Garcia. This dude's just an animal. He's so underrated, and as things go on, after with the match that he just had with Bryan Danielson, I honestly think he's gonna leave JAS and go to the Blackpool Combat Club. The praise that William Regal gave him throughout that match on commentary was pretty flattering if you're Daniel Garcia,
I kind of agree. It's just then after he praised Daniel Garcia, Garcia needed Hager's help to pull an upset on Bryan Danielson in his return.
Yeah, I know.
So that might cool some of the relations between. As much as I'd love to see Garcia switch sides, because I think he is definitely more of a pro wrestler than a sports entertainer. When you
but he's doing a damn great. He's playing the part the way it needs to be played.
No, he is. He absolutely is. And I agree with Ted on this one too. Yuta is another one. He can go like crazy, but yeah, he could kind of use Regal. He needs a mouthpiece. And the promo side is improving with Wheeler, but it certainly doesn't help. I mean, it certainly doesn't hurt, I should say, to have William Regal behind you.
Mm-hmm.
And to get Garcia and a few other young guys to add to these vets that could be kind of like, taking on Padawan learners, so to speak.
Yeah.
Man, I'm here for this. Like bring your Garcias, bring your Takeshkas, bring whoever, like these young, hot talents that have already proven themselves on the AEW roster, and let these veterans just give them all the information they can handle.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Regal is goated.
Yes, he is.
I don't even think that Regal is the GOAT, hands down.
Yes, Danny is an up and comer. Absolutely,
Sam.
I feel like he's arrived in AEW, and I see him actually probably being a mainstay there, and I would love to see that for him because, he can just go. He can go. He's a future world champ, easy, hands down.
First and foremost, I just got to say, I'm loving all the comments, but I'm also loving that people are actually like interacting with each other in the chat. That's so cool. This is like when Rewind meets Top Rope in the live chat. We just come together like William Regal and Wheeler Yuta.
So we both agree that this Pure Championship match was probably the second best match of the night.
Yeah, it was. I could see that. It was so hard because there was not a bad match on this.
There wasn't, but
card. From like 0 hour all the way to the main event, like every match was good. I was like, damn, I'm worn out. Oh god, here comes another banger. All right, I'm here for this. Give me some water.
Now, Dragon Lee versus Roosh, brother versus brother was next on this card. I kind of wish they gave him a little more time. I don't. Thank you.
Thank you, Ted, and thank you, Sam. Oh, we're glad to have you guys every week.
Yes.
Every week.
You know, it's where was I? I kind of lost my train of thought. We're talking Dragon Lee versus
Dragon
Roosh.
Lee, the battle of the brothers.
Brother versus brother. Yeah. I feel like this was the most technical lucha libre match I think I've ever seen.
And it was
You know, because
brutal.
lucha matches are technical, but there's a lot more high flying.
Oh, of course.
You know,
Of course.
the Lucha Brothers can be very technical, but they also keep their high flying and their rope work in the match. But this match was brutal.
Yeah.
Roosh kind of kicked the shit out of Dragon Lee for most of this match.
And vice versa. Really, like
It
Dragon
really
Lee wasn't
was.
pulling punches either. It's like these two felt like they were fighting in the backyard, and their father had to come separate them. You know,
Right? It was like they were fighting over the GI Joe, like
it really
the
was
only
a
GI
phenomenal
Joe
match,
in the toy
Sam.
box.
It had everything. It was lucha
Yeah.
strong at that point.
Mhm.
Like, there was a lot of technical stuff. There was a lot of hard hitting. There was a little bit of flying. There was some brawling on the outside. It was action packed from minute one till the bell rang again. And if they want to do that 10 more times, I'll be there.
Oh, I don't know about that, Divin. No, don't put that fucking bad juju on Josh Woods. Don't you ever do that.
I think I'd
No.
rather, honestly, Ivan, I think I'd rather have Woods in the Combat Club.
Yeah, absolutely.
If Garcia's going to
Danny's
stay where he is, and that's fine. I'm not saying, like, he's got a good position in the
Mhm.
Appreciation Society. I'd like to see him come. But if we had to choose, I would say put Josh Woods in the Combat Club and let Danny stay where he is.
Yeah. Yes, they do. They do know how to handcuff the fans.
They really do.
Now, what was your overall thoughts? You know, like I said, I felt that they should have given these two guys a little more time on the show. I understand, you only got so much time in a show. But yeah. So what were your thoughts on this match?
It was a very good match, bordering great. Yeah, it could have been a little longer, but I can't be one of those guys. I can't sit here and watch a 3-4 hour pay-per-view where there's just banger after banger after banger and then go, yeah, but these guys could have had more time, or maybe this could have been the main event or something like that. I don't want to be one of those wrestling fans. You know the ones I'm talking about.
Fickle. They're fickle.
So I'm
Yeah.
not going to be. I'm not going to be. What I will say is, for what they gave us, it was golden. And I even loved the in-ring storytelling during all this brutality, lucha, technical and strong styles, where, like, if you go mid-match, it looks like Roosh is gonna give him, hit him with the horns.
Yeah.
The missile drop kick in the corner, and he starts to run, and then he pulls up because it's his brother laying there. And all of a sudden, a man who is known for being pretty
brutal
ruthless and brutal is now actually, all of a sudden, it looks like he has a conscience. And then he starts losing the match, and then conscience goes right out the door, and he hits his brother with not one but two. And they are just, I mean, the sound of them was like, like he was not pulling those drop kicks. Not even a little bit.
No. There was nothing pulled in that match. Nothing at all. Yeah, I agree. It was a great fucking
yes,
match.
David.
Hands
Yes,
down.
it is. And thank you for showing up.
So after that, we get Serena Deeb versus Mercedes Martinez for the ROH Women's Championship. I'm just gonna let you kick your thoughts out on this match and tell me, just fucking spill it on this match, bro.
Man, I'll be honest, I swept the entire Death Before Dishonor card when they did that. This was one of the few matches I got right. So I'm very happy about it. I'm very happy that my fear of Mercedes Martinez stopped me from picking against her. This match, if it weren't for the obvious main event, this match kind of stole the show.
Really? You think so?
Oh my god, yeah. Like these two, they were both technical. They were both trading shots back and forth. You literally didn't know who was gonna win until the bell rang.
Yeah.
Like it looks like Deeb is about to make Mercedes tap at the very end, and all of a sudden Mercedes catches her and counters it, and champ retains.
Yep.
It was a wonderful match. I would personally love to see it again somewhere. I don't care if you want to put it on Dynamite, if you want to put it on Dark. Hell, you could come to this show and we'll broadcast it live on our channel.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. I would love to see it again. I could probably say that about any of these, but these matches on the card. But this one in particular was great. I mean, the in-ring psychology, the action, the counter wrestling, the brawling, everything was just like, mwah. And that's what you would expect from two women who are ring veterans.
Yes.
You know, these women have been around for a few minutes. Fuck a minute. Between the two of them, they got to have 30, 35 years of experience.
Oh, absolutely. Hands
and
down.
it showed. It absolutely, positively showed in the most beautiful of ways. I can't say anything else. I just have to say I enjoyed the hell out of it. I'm glad Mercedes Martinez retained. And thank you for entertaining the living hell out of me.
Yeah, I was
Yeah, it really was a solid technical match, man.
Yes, it was very technical. I was thoroughly pleased and happy with this match. Because it shows that there are amazing technical women's wrestlers in AEW/ROH. So we know they're there. It's just a matter of showcasing them now instead of not just showcasing them on pay-per-views. But this match, start to finish, bell, hands down, it could be an ROH classic. It could go down as an ROH classic in the vault. It really could. I'm not saying an all-time classic, but ROH classic, hands down, abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know, I just can't wait till the streamers come back.
I was kind of missing them, but you know what? They had pyro. When did ROH ever have pyro?
And they had confetti
a smoke
cannons.
Machine, you know, but
confetti cannons too.
Confetti cannons, right? I was like, wow, are the Young Bucks showing up?
Right? But no, the women's match was solid, start to end, technical masterpiece. You can't ask for much better wrestling than what we got in that match.
No.
And Serena, you know, it should be expected when these two step in a ring together because you got Serena Deeb and, like you said, you got Mercedes Martinez. They've got so much experience, and you know, it's almost like it's like when you put Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker in a ring together. You know you're gonna get gold. Well, when you put Mercedes Martinez and Serena Deeb in a ring, you're going to have gold.
That's the thing. You're going to get platinum out of them because if you think about it, Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker haven't been around half as long as Serena Deeb. Between the two of them. And then you throw Mercedes game on top of that. Like, yeah, nothing against those two women. They put on tremendous matches, but not at that level.
So after this amazing match, I actually kind of feel like, I don't know if it hurt the television title match or not. I again, not a bad match on the card.
No.
This match was the most built match next to the tag title match on this card. I honestly felt Lethal should have walked away with the title. I think it would have been better. I think it would have been better. But that's what I
enjoyed, though. This was like the biggest surprise of the night. I know there were a couple of matches we had picked, like, oh, this guy's going to, like, we had all picked Gresham. Claudio won. And it was like, okay, that's cool. That's not really surprising because, you know, it's a big moment.
It's believable.
But the way things had played out and the way they built this match and Joe being, you know, absentee because he's shooting a television show, or if you want to believe the kayfabe, his shoulder's hurt. To come back that night and put Jay Lethal to sleep, that shocked the living hell out of me. Not because it's Joe. After an amazing match, not because it's Joe, because we all know Joe's capable.
Yeah.
It just felt like all the momentum was in Jay Lethal's corner,
Yeah.
and he had the numbers, and he lost.
Yeah.
I'm like, surprise! Wow.
Right. But it really was. It really was a good, like, start to finish, bell to bell, great match. Great match, great storytelling. You know,
Yeah.
I kind of
I
wish
think
Great
everyone
Khali
can
would have got his
assume
ass
that as
kicked.
we
Yeah.
talk the great
You know.
Satnam Singh.
Yeah, Khali Jr., the third, the fourth. I don't know, because there's two other ones
Right.
on in WWE. So
Right,
I don't know if he's
right, Big Mike. Poor Black Machismo. Maybe next time,
right,
homie.
right. And now we go into the main event. The main event of Death Before Dishonor.
I think we need to go
Holy
bigger than that. I think we need to go back. Hang on. Now
It's time for the main event.
that felt right. Go ahead,
yes.
Brucey.
Yes. Holy shit. Let's just I'm putting this out there, you know. FTR and the Briscoes probably have the front runners for the first and second place match of the year. This 2 out of 3 falls brutality of tag team wrestling fucking gold is what we just saw. That those and just think they've got one more to finish the trilogy. So there's one more match to come out of these two. And
Right? At least you'd think. Otherwise, if they decide to go down that Cody Seth path, there's another match.
yeah, and you know, I could see it happening. I could see it coming. You know, I could see a third match. Why wouldn't they? But let's see it on an AEW pay-per-view. Let's see it at All Out or All In. Sorry, let's see it at All Out. I was right.
You were right the first time. All In was the ROH one.
Well,
That's where you're at.
Actually, they could use All In now.
They could bring that back.
They could bring it back.
Yeah. Tony owns the company. If he wants All In, we get All In.
Right? But no, this tag match was pure wrestling gold. This was tag team wrestling at its best. Modern day tag team wrestling at its best.
Like Sam said, they got this one right, like 100%.
Yes. This was 100% right. And the setup for the match, these two teams just have such great chemistry. It's off the chart. Their chemistry is like watching the New Day versus the Usos. If I can compare it to a WWE tag team feud, that's the one I
already did.
You know, that's the one I can compare it to.
It's like when these two teams are getting together, I'm watching it. I don't care what how many times they fought or what promotion or what pay-per-view or what live show or what television network. I'm watching it.
Yeah. Dude, that backdrop through the table was fucking ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. No.
I thought they died. I literally thought they were dead.
Yeah. No, that you can see my face. I can't even talk, so I'm just I'm gonna let somebody do it. That table.
Oh my God!
Fuck. It looked so brutal. I think at the time I was messaging with Grandma Wendy during the pay-per-view, and that table spot happened, and I asked Grandma straight up, like, "You think they're okay?" Like again.
Yeah.
Because that table didn't break, it exploded.
No, it did. It really did. And like the way they hit the table is what made it look like oh my God.
Yeah.
Because they didn't like land flat on it. They kind of went into the edge on it, you know? I was like, ooh, that was, you're going to feel that one in the morning.
If you've taken a table spot, you felt that one when it happened.
Oh, absolutely. And you take one like that,
you sat there like,
it's going to hurt.
Motherfucker.
Yes.
I'm on my couch like, baby, can I get an ice pack?
All right. On an A, B, C, D, F scale, Dom, what do you give this pay-per-view?
Oh, man. I have to give it an A. I mean, what other grade can you give a pay-per-view that just has all go and no show?
Yeah.
Like all banger. from start to finish, from 0 Hour till FTR and the Briscoes. And I will say that I agree with you about, them having maybe the 2 best matches of the year.
Yeah.
The problem being, I don't know which one's which.
Hey, I don't know which one to choose.
I can't choose. Like, can I name one of them my match of the year, or one of them my tag match of the year, and just cheat?
Right? Can we rig the system somehow so both of these win match of the year?
Not. I mean, in the words of the immortal one, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. Can I just cheat and say that one was match of the year, one was tag match of the year, so I don't have to pick?
Yes. Yeah,
I'm
So-
cuffed. I'm straight up cuffed, Sam.
I think I don't know. I want to give it an A, but at the same time, like I want to give it an A- because of the 6-man.
Oh, just give it an A.
Oh, I think I'm gonna give it an A- because of the 6-man. I think that could have been done on the pre-show.
Yeah.
And they could have put something else in that slot.
I will say I think we're headed towards. Well, I don't know what to call them now, because that was another thing that was kind of controversial at this show. Like, Tully is out, Prince Nana is in.
Owns, yeah.
So they're not Blanchard Enterprises anymore. They're the Embassy, because that was Prince Nana's thing back in the day with ROH. So I could see the Embassy coming through and just annihilating Dalton Castle and the boys somewhere in the near future. Like, I don't know if
they're going to
the
be
next
6-man
ROH
tag.
pay-per-view, or when they get a TV deal, like whatever comes first.
Okay.
But I could definitely see that happening. So it was, this one was just, hey, I think you said it last week. The Righteous are not on an ROH roster anymore.
Vincent signed with Impact.
So we've got to get the titles off them
Mhm.
on somebody that we have. Let's have Dalton Castle and the boys take it.
Yep.
And then they'll work from there. And I think eventually from there we're going to get the Embassy, but that's just me. I absolutely enjoyed the hell out of this show. I give it a solid A. I almost want to say A+.
Nah,
Because I get what they were doing with the 6-man match.
I do too. I understand and I get it. I really do. But I'm sticking with my A-. So moving on down the rundown. So last week that show turned into a free-for-all because of all the damn wrestling news that came out last week on Friday, on the day of the show. So
Friday early night, we went, oh, is this the rundown?
Nope.
Fuck it.
No more. Yeah, I threw my notebook out the window and just had a bunch of snapshots from Twitter and stories and ESPN.
And you kind of have to. When you're already scheduled to go live, and not 2 hours beforehand, something happens that you never thought you would see, like Vince McMahon retiring.
Mm-hmm.
You have to.
Yeah. I just want to focus on this one part of everything that happened, because we were all over the place. We were talking about everything and we just kind of bounced back and forth. But the one part that really means the most to me in this whole scenario, the one thing that I've always wanted to see happen, well, not always, but the thing I've been wanting to see happen for the last few years, and that's Triple H finally getting full creative control over all of WWE.
Honestly, Brucey, if you remember, that hadn't happened yet. They didn't
Oh,
announce
that's
that
right.
till, like the weekend, like maybe Sunday. And because I had said on our live stream, and I don't know if you guys heard me because I was having some technical difficulties, I'm glad Trips is back. I hope he gets creative control and we end up with like a black and gold main roster. And then a few days later, it was announced that Triple H is taking over creative control. And I was like, oh, black and gold lives!
So I have a quote here from Triple H himself. I want ideas from everybody. I want thoughts from everybody. To me, this is inclusive. That goes for the talent. When I say this is going to take all of us, it's going to take all of us. I want that. We're going to make sure fans get everything they want out of this product. And you know what? I fucking believe him. Because he proved it to me with NXT Black and Gold. I think he can do this. And
Why
and
do
and
you,
I'm gonna
honestly,
say this.
why do you think he was the guy all those years ago they made grab a microphone and say, "We are going to give you what you want"? Because he was already doing that on NXT. So when
Mhm,
he said it, people believed it. But the McMahons were behind him. Vince was
yeah.
right there. And Vince was making him say it about the main roster. It was never true, but people believed it because of what he had been doing with NXT.
Mhm. You know, I see Raw taking the most changes out of any of the shows. I think SmackDown will stay kind of pretty much where it's at and where it's going. But I think they're going to get more wrestling, just like Monday Night Raw had. Monday Night Raw had wrestling galore, and from what I hear, it was awesome.
We opened Raw with a fight. Like
You
like
know,
a straight up fight between the Miz and Logan Paul. Like, not that I'm a big Logan Paul fan, but usually what you see then now forever together and then cut to the ring where somebody's waiting to cut a promo. Not this week.
no,
It was then now forever together brawl.
yeah. Jose, I'll get to that in a sec. I'll get to that in 1 second. I see him making the most changes on Monday Night Raw. I actually see the black and gold formula is what I'll say being used on Monday Night Raw going forward. SmackDown, not so much. I think they're just gonna add more wrestling and less stupid shit. And yes, Jose, there is stories about NXT reverting back to some of the black and gold ways.
Right?
They're probably not going to change their logo. They're probably not going to change the 2.0 and the crazy colors, but like the way the show was run and the way the stories were told and stuff like that are going to be, from what I understand, used in NXT now. So yeah, we're gonna get old school NXT mixed with new school NXT.
Yeah.
Not forget this era ever lived, and now this is how it's going to be.
I could see some stuff changing on SmackDown though too. It's like,
I mean, yeah, there'll be some
for
things that
instance,
change.
we already kind of had Max Dupree taken away from this modeling
Oh my
agency,
god,
and
thank you.
his sister Maxine was put in charge of that, which makes more sense. I almost, I don't know if we're gonna get LA Knight. I don't know if we're gonna get Eli Drake, but if I could make a bold prediction, I'd say sooner or later we're gonna see the debut of Eli Knight.
Oh my god.
We're gonna split the difference, folks. I don't know if they're still gonna do this licensing thing or not. So I'm gonna split the difference.
Oh my god. Why you gotta ruin a good thing?
Hey, it beats the shit out of Max Dupree.
Yeah, it does. You're right.
Okay, thank you. It beats the shit out of LA Knight.
He just needs to be Eli Drake.
I agree. I don't, but again, with Trips now just taking over in the new regime, I don't know if they're still going to say you need to pick a different name like we've had with Butch and Gunther and Max Dupree, who was LA Knight, and I don't know why it changed again, but it did, and so on and so forth down the line.
Here's the thing about Triple H now being in charge that's gonna benefit and stop a lot of fucking bitching from wrestling fans. And we're a lot of them. The names from NXT are not gonna change when they go to the main roster.
No.
They're gonna build a
no.
character on NXT and take that character and move that character to the main roster because everyone that watches NXT knows that character.
Isn't that the way it's supposed to be, though?
That's the way it should have been done.
And
But
yeah,
it's
Mike,
not.
I agree. Like having a hybrid is probably the future.
Exactly.
Like
Yep.
like he said, and it's kind of funny, but the black and gold spirit with the taste the rainbow NXT.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely.
Yes, black and
Abso-fucking-lutely.
gold and Skittles, which is an improvement as far as I'm concerned.
So, do you think with Triple H now in head of creative, fuck it, let's do it this way. Keep it or kill it. Now that Triple H is in charge of creative, Sasha Banks and Naomi come back.
Ooh, I mean, there have been reports that he and Stephanie have reached out, and I mean, their problems were more directed towards guys like Johnny Ace, guys like Bruce Pritchard, not even Vince. One of them's already gone. One of them no longer has control. So I mean, it's a strong possibility. So I'm gonna lean towards keep it.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Okay. I think
What
I'm
say
going
you,
to
High
keep.
Class?
I think we're going to get a 50-50 split here. I think you're going to get Naomi back, but I think Mercedes is going to go somewhere else.
Okay, so
So
we're
there's no
saying
split.
so we're saying half and half is basically
Yeah.
it's
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
There you go. There you go.
I
So
think he's got a shot at getting both of them back.
Yeah.
They were upset at people who are no longer there and no longer have the power. Clearly we never got a women's tag tournament. If we get them back, we could bring those titles back. We could
I think those titles
possibly
are long gone. I think they're going to get rid of them.
like I said last week, with the new regime and now with Trips having control, the possibilities are fucking
Endless.
limitless.
It is. It's
I love it. Mikey's playing along in the chat. Keep it. Sasha said in the past she loved working with Trips in NXT and respects Stephanie. Okay. You know what? Since you're playing along in the chat, I'm gonna give you I'm gonna hit the music.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Or the sound. My bad.
Right. One more. Actually, I think I got like two more for you. Keep it or kill it. Karrion Kross returns to WWE now that Triple H is in charge.
Ooh. I mean, Trips had him going in the right direction. The gimmick was there.
Amazing.
It was this Undertaker inspired, like Grim Reaper type with sexy woman in Catwoman suit, nails and all, and I loved it.
Their entrance could be considered TV 14.
Yeah, which is fine
with
now.
Scarlett.
and Brian, put a pin in that because we will be getting to SummerSlam shortly. I'm sorry. And by the way, you get your Facebook stuff worked out yet? You had me worried, bro. You had me worried, bud. No lie. But I'm really racking my brain over this because I know he's got some things going with Control Your Narrative on the independent scene. He's even returning to Sammy's promotion, Revolver, and all in the near future. But would he want to go back to WWE if Trips is going to let him be like the official Karrion Kross that he was before moving to Raw? I kind of want to say yes. I wish Ivan would have asked him this question when they had the chance. So I'm going to keep it.
Hot.
I'm going to keep it.
That's hot.
And Mikey says keep that shit.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Brian
and bring the
says
smoke
keep
show
that
back.
shit.
And I am with that. All of that.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it.
I'm sorry. Brian says keep that shit.
Yeah,
My bad.
I'm keeping it. Keeping it.
If Scarlett doesn't go with him, will the fans complain again? Did you hear what I just said, Mikey?
Jose. That was Jose.
Oh, Jose. Why am I
God damn, man.
I keep seeing the DeLorean, and then I just I don't know.
So we're gonna move on to a new segment that I'm trying, and hopefully you guys that are watching will play along with us. It's a game called Would You Rather. I'm gonna give you two scenarios, and you have to pick one of the two. You can't change you can't change the scenario or nothing like that.
Oh boy.
So here we go. Would you rather have to watch December to Dismember every day for the rest of your life? Or watch Great Balls of Fire every day for the rest of your life? Which one would you want to do?
Can I pick suicide?
No.
Damn it.
Nope. You have to pick one or the two.
Okay. This is tough, but Great Balls of Fire was a horribly named, not so great pay-per-view. To me, December to Dismember was a gut-wrenching sacrilege. I gotta go with Great Balls of Fire.
Mike picked December to Dismember.
Really? Wow,
I
homie.
see. Here's the thing, because
I mean, do you? But
here's the shitty thing about this. Because if you stop and think about it, this is the only wrestling you can watch for the rest of your life.
yeah, I think I'd stop watching wrestling.
You have to watch it though. It says you have to watch it every day of your life. You have to.
Oh, I know, but it's like I said to Ted. You know, people try to throw rules at me all the time. I don't exactly obey them.
Ooh.
That was part of the merger meeting, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah, I mean, Joe and Brock did put on a damn good match. I can't remember a good match from that entire December to Dismember, and maybe it was because I was trying not to vomit the entire time, but I'd personally rather go with that one. And that really was Mikey, so I'm with you on that, Mikey.
Yes. All right. So here we go. Here's the next one. Would you rather have backstage passes to every pay-per-view, any pay-per-view, WWE, AEW, MLW, any company? All you got backstage, but you only have access to the men's bathroom. Or have to wash everyone's ring gear the rest of your life without meeting the talent.
So I get backstage access, but I can only stay in the men's room?
Yes, your access in the backstage is the men's room only.
What are these options, man? I mean, Jesus Christ, I either gotta be talking to somebody while they take a piss, or I gotta be washing somebody's swamp ass tights. Like, really? God damn.
I said it. I went there. There's some good options in here.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll take the men's room because I'm not real big on laundry, and at least maybe I could be a bathroom attendant, get some tips from the talent, and interview them on my phone for Top Rope. I'll take men's room.
Exactly, like that's I think that's my option as well, because like you said, you could take the TikTok videos. Like Austin Theory would be pissed, and I'd be like, yeah, but no, I think I would take the men's room as well. I wish Grandma was here too for this. We'll play it again.
Yeah,
when she
we did too.
back.
We're gonna do this again, Brian. No worries. This is just we thought we'd try because for those of you on the Rewind Wrestling Network who may have not watched this before, we play a lot of games. Like we have Wrestler Fan where somebody will read a tweet or something for social media. We have to decide which it came from. We play the name game where Brucey will say like, name a wrestling move that starts with B, and the first one to come up with the right answer gets a point. We wanted to have something fresh for the debut, and this is it. We'll do it again.
That's the whole point, Mike. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to make you laugh. This is supposed to be fun. So, all right, here we go.
These are Giancarlo Stanton blast left field options, man.
All right, so here's one for you.
Okay.
Would you rather have lifetime tickets to all AEW pay-per-views, or would you rather have lifetime tickets to all WWE premium live events?
Oh God. That is a good one. Because it also gives me the chance to break this news, which I told Ted and he said yesterday, but we haven't said it, and I was the one that first came up with it. So here goes. WrestleMania 40 in Philly at the Link. Yeah. I gotta choose between AEW shows and that. Now that's not an easy pick for your friend here. That is not an easy pick for the Psycho. I mean, it might be for High Class, but for me, I'm like, oh man, there's some shitty WWE pay-per-views, but I'd have access to 40.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And yeah, Mike, I know he said premium live event too, and I gotta be honest, anytime somebody says that, my head goes right here.
Were you watching Spanked Revision?
No, baby, I swear it was SummerSlam. Sure, it was Summer Got Slam. No, it's a pay-per-view. No, it says premium live event right here. Goddamn, this is tough. All right, fuck it. I'm biased. I'll take the WWE shit because I want to be at the link for WrestleMania 40.
I'm going AEW. WWE
figured.
has to start proving me right again before I would consider.
I figured. I think in the long run with trips, maybe we'll get improved pay-per-views, but I know I'll have all access to the link for the 40th anniversary of WrestleMania. And believe me, that's all my little psycho heart wants. That and Paul Heyman in the WWE Hall of Fame live in Philly.
Yes. All right.
Make it so, Trips. I almost said Vince because I'm so used to that. Make it happen, Trips. Steph?
Yeah, that is a good deciding factor, Mike. It really is. So next one for you. Would you rather become best friends with Big E or become best friends with Danhausen?
Oh, another toughie. But you know what?
Yes, Mike, I just want to go to Chicago every month.
I mean, at least we get to hang out with Devin if we did, but you know, that'd be cool. Right. No offense to Danhausen. I love you, but I think I want to be best friends with Big E.
I'm with you.
That man is amazing.
Danhausen's great. I think he'd be a fun dude to hang out with, but Big E's got like that contagious happiness, you know?
Yeah, exactly. You know, like you're having a shit day and you call Big E up and all of a sudden he's just giving you all those speeches and telling you to feel the power. Yeah. Like shit day's over, you know?
All right. So the next one I got for you. Would you rather?
Okay, so we got to split. Mike wants Big E and Ivan says Danhausen in the chat.
Okay.
Forgetting someone?
Oh, thanks, Ivan.
He don't want to hang out with me though. Love you too, buddy.
So would you rather be Okada's young boy or be Suzuki's young boy?
Ooh, I do love them both. I'm gonna pick Okada because I feel like he won't stretch me into a pretzel.
See,
because I know I'd be a young boy, but I'm not a young boy. I'm old, folks.
Yeah,
I'm fucking old.
I don't know. Here's the thing. Like, I don't know. I don't know because Suzuki's got he's got the experience, he's got the age, and Okada's got the talent. Like, I don't know if I want to take chops from Suzuki, but also I don't want that fucking missile drop kick from Okada. I don't know.
Yeah, but I feel like Okada's a nice guy. He might not do that. Suzuki will break you. He's called Hardcore Grandpa for a reason.
He'll make.
Or I'm sorry, he's called Murder Grandpa for a reason. I got Sting's nickname in there. My bad.
But he'd make me a crazier man.
I'd love to drink some Steve Weisers with you too, homie. I was just playing. You know I love you, Ivan. That's my brother. And Big Mike says Suzuki. Well, yeah, because you don't give a fuck about being stretched, man. I know you. You don't feel pain.
I'm gonna take Okada. I am. I am. I'm gonna go with Okada. I can deal with the drop kick. I can't deal with limbs breaking every other week. From Suzuki.
Yeah,
so
I got kids and shit.
Well, this is the question I wish Devin was still here for. So would you?
So I'm watching December to December now.
Nice. Yes.
I guess we inspired you, big homie.
So this is the one I wish Devin was still around for. Maybe we can make a clip for it.
Yeah.
So would you rather take a Superman punch from Roman every day for the rest of your life?
Well, I think we know Devin's answer.
Or would you take an orange punch every day for the rest of your life? What would you have to do? Every day, it could be when you wake up and before you go to bed, but every day you have to take a Superman punch or an orange punch. Every day for the rest of your life.
You know, I was on this show saying the orange punch is the most lethal Superman punch in all of wrestling. So if I pick that, I'm now backing out on my prior statement, and I may be psycho. I may use my hands a lot when I talk. I may have a lot of sound bites, but I'm still consistent. So bring on Roman.
Really?
Lesser of two evils. That Superman punch is the most
Really?
dangerous punch in all of pro wrestling. That one gets 3 counts. Anybody see Roman get a three count with his lately?
I'm going with Orange Cassidy.
Okay. Do you? I'm just saying. I had already said it. So
I'm going with good old Pockets.
Well, yeah, I think we all would, Brian. I'd certainly rather take a pinfall from Scarlett or Kira Hogan. I mean, those are just better options. Bruce didn't give us those options.
Nope. Those options aren't in there. This is the very final one of our inaugural Would You Rather, and I feel like this is something that could become a monthly game for us.
Yeah, for food and drinks. I'd like to hang with him. He'd probably give me a DVD.
So, would you rather be on Vince Russo's podcast for the rest of your life, or would you rather be on Corny's podcast the rest of your life?
Oh God, give me Russo. like no offense, but like Russo, I'm gonna be annoyed, but Corny, I'm gonna catch a case.
Oh, bro, Ivan says. I want to know his choice. I want to know Ivan's choice. Michael, that does not surprise me that you
Corny.
picked Corny. I'm not even surprised. Like, I'm not even shocked.
The biggest heel I know is taking Corny. Wow, shocker.
Jose, even the hobo clown Jose's taking Cornette.
Jose was our resident Corny when he was hosting the show, though. Is that really shocking?
He's an OG.
Okay. Devious Psychos, right here. Ivan's taking Russo. Yeah, I would get into it with Cornette too. We would be locked up for assaulting Corny.
they're both fucking douchebags.
They really are. It's just to what degree. And you know, while Vince Russo tends to shit on everyone, similar to us, without all the douchiness, Corny shits mostly on AEW, and that would be a problem.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Russo because I think I can argue with him without killing him. But Ivan just threw one out there, so here we go. Would you rather?
Oh boy.
Host a podcast or with Dave Meltzer, or would you rather host a podcast with Brian Alvarez?
You know what? Since meeting Wendy and being adopted Brown, I gotta say Brian Alvarez.
I'm going with fucking Meltzer, yo.
I can't go against the family. Plus, all the times I talk about Meltzering people.
I'm going with Uncle Dave. I'm gonna go with Uncle Dave on this one. I am.
Okay. I mean, I wouldn't mind it, but you know, also I sit here on the show and talk about getting Meltzered and using it in a bad way. And if he ever figures that out, it's gonna be trouble. And again, I might catch a case. So being adopted Brown and worried about jail time, I'm gonna take Brian Alvarez.
Okay.
Like that was good. We even had a participant in the chat. Like that was a good game right there, Brucey. Kudos to you, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
I don't know how long that took you, but it was a good goddamn idea. I enjoyed it.
It took me a little bit to write that one down. I'd rather host with Punk. Me too, Meltzer, F. Alvarez. He annoys me regardless if he's brown. Not fucking Ivan.
Oh, I love you, devious one. I love you. He's a coconut.
Great Balls of Fire in December to dismember, then do a podcast with either one.
Facts. I'm not just saying it to say it. I'm looking at the survey, and it's on there.
So before we wrap this up, we're gonna talk a little bit about SummerSlam.
Yeah, of
We're not
course.
gonna fly through the entire card, because there's some matches on here where I'm like, really? It's
I don't know,
SummerSlam,
man.
but I understand.
This, like, I gotta tell you, last year at SummerSlam, that was painstaking. Like, those 2 nights, I was like, oh my God, can we get this over with? They had brought in like Tiffany Haddish and Mario Lopez and Johnny Drip Drip with his sticks and the New Day, all that shit. I was like, oh my God, end it. But now all of a sudden we come into this one. We come into this one with trips and with the under the McMahon Helmsley era, and I'm thinking like, man, this could be Takeover Nashville.
Right? All right.
So I'm
So
kind of excited.
I know this match doesn't seem of importance to people, but there's a lot playing behind this match that I kind of want to talk about, which is the Mysterios versus Judgment Day. I don't know why they're called the Judgment Day. That's kind of stupid. It should be called Judgment Day. But anyways, to each their own. It'll be a solid match. But what I'm interested in seeing is the story that plays out in this match. I would really like to see Dominic Mysterio turn on Rey and join Judgment Day. But also, in that being said, I want to see Edge come back to save Rey Mysterio. And continue his feud, or well, not continue, but start the feud between Judgment Day. What are your thoughts and on this?
Man, I am dying, like dying for the moment that Dom turns on his father and says, "I'm Uncle Eddie's son, damn it," and changes his name to Guerrero. Exactly. I almost thought we were going to have that on Raw at one point, and then it didn't happen. I would love to see it happen at SummerSlam, and clearly, with the vignettes and everything leading up, you would think Edge is going to get involved in this somehow. I'm going to say that's all after the match. I'm going to say Judgment Day or the Judgment Day or whatever the fuck you want to call them. They're rocking purple and black. So WWE's Dark Order is going to win this match. And then maybe we get the Dom thing. We get Mysterio in trouble. And like you said, here comes Edge to save him because they go back and he has all the respect in the world for him. Ray even mentioned him in his whole big speech at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah. So I'm not really worried about Logan Paul versus The Miz because I'm not interested in Logan Paul wrestling.
Yeah.
I don't care if he's good or not.
The biggest thing I see there, the biggest question I have is, does Miz pull an MJF and last minute, like, throw the black heart in his place?
Yeah. Yeah.
Outside of that, I don't really have much interest, guys. I mean, you would think Logan Paul would win just to, you know, have that notch in his belt and start to build that WWE career that I guess if you want to say started off well on Monday. I mean, he had a good fight, and then he mentioned his brother and he got booed out of the building. So there was that. But
Ospreay all day, Ivan.
Oh, Jay White or Ospreay. Oh, Switchblade.
So this match could play an interesting factor in the main event, which is Bobby Lashley versus Theory.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll get his first. Maybe he'll get his first name back. Honestly,
you think by now Dolph Ziggler had to super kick him so hard that he remembered his first name.
I just don't know why this isn't Dolph Ziggler versus Theory.
Because, you know, it's like Theory's been saying for weeks now. First, he's going to get his U.S. title back. Then he's going to cash in. Then he's going to win all the belts. And then he's going to be the equivalent of, like, WWE's Kenny Omega.
Never going to happen.
I have all the gold.
Not even close. I see Bobby Lashley retaining.
Yeah, you and me both.
I see Lashley retaining via countout. because I think Theory will have a plan for later on in the evening that I'll explain.
Yeah, I could see him kind of weaseling his way down the ramp to save himself for later. But even if he doesn't, I think I mentioned it last week. Bobby Lashley is one of the hottest guys in WWE. In the last year or so, he is pretty much the only guy who has beaten Goldberg, Brock, and Roman,
Mm-hmm.
and had the WWE title in the Elimination Chamber. Didn't even get a chance to get out of his pod and defend it. Like, never got in the match.
Yeah.
So, I don't see how he loses to Austin Theory. Theory. At this point.
Yeah.
Do you think it's all a swerve and Dolph is going to be with Theory after kicking his ass for weeks on end out of nowhere?
I don't know.
I mean, it'd be a
I
cool
don't know.
twist. It would make sense because, again, all of a sudden Dolph Ziggler came out of mothballs from NXT and it was like, why are you here?
So we got a couple more matches to cover here that I just really want to cover because I feel like they're the matches that are going to really stand out on the show. You got the undisputed, the Usos versus the Street Profits with special guest referee Jeff Jarrett. I have no fucking clue what Jeff Jarrett has to do with this match, why he's there. He wasn't a tag team wrestler.
Oh, I know why he's there. A, if you go to his WWE history, he was the biggest country star in Nashville. B, his family.
But why this match? Why not Pat McAfee and Corbin?
Well, that's what I mean. Well, they needed, because, again, go back to, oh shit, what was the last pay-per-view? Go back to Money in the Bank when they fought, and obviously Montez had a shoulder up, ref counted 3. So now they need somebody that's going to call this thing down the middle and keep these guys in check and actually get it right. So they turn to what they're saying is a Nashville icon, and maybe Jeff Jarrett is.
Now here's I have no problem with him being a referee at SummerSlam. It's just
Jerry
this
Jarrett's
match.
son. Thank you, Ivan.
It's just this match. This match shouldn't be the match that he's reffing. He should be reffing like Palm Blanco and Happy Corbin or something like that.
They don't even need a ref. Those two just need to fight.
But we'll get to that in a second. So who do you got in this? I'm taking the Usos.
You know what? I love both these teams. I really do. And they had such a great match at Money in the Bank. Like Briscoe's FTR quality. No lie. I'm dying to see it again. But yeah, I kind of want the Street Profits to pull it off this time. I mean, I know everybody's talked about them splitting up. Montez Ford has come out and said he is not ready for a solo run.
Yeah.
So if they're going to stay together, and they technically, because I know the shoulder was up, but the ref's decision is final. They lose to the Usos twice. The Usos have both belts. Where do they go from here? Because there's no singles push following this up.
Well,
so they would have to win to create another, like we talked about, New Day Uso rivalry where these two just keep bringing the house down, and you're like, oh, they're fighting again? All right, I'm in.
Yeah. So now here's another.
Mike,
here's
it's
a
kind
question.
of time.
Here's a question spinning off of what you say wanting the Profits to win. Because if the Profits win, I'll be happy. I'm happy either way because I like both of these teams.
Oh yeah.
But if the Profits win, do you think this is the end of the bloodline?
No.
Do you think if Roman retains and the Usos lose, Roman doesn't kick them out?
No.
Or
we go back to.
Or do you think the Usos turn on Roman that has been spoke of so highly and around the wrestling world or the fandom world of wrestling, and their brother comes up and they have a new Samoan dynasty with the 3 brothers?
Yeah, or they add them to the bloodline. But I don't see Roman kicking them out because I think they are going to be one of the big reasons that Roman retains. And we'll get to that when we talk about that. I don't want to jump topics, but even if they lose, I think their position is safe. I think their role in the bloodline is safe because they will have an impact later on in the night, and Roman's not going to want to kick him out after what happens.
Okay. So the next match that we got, I really wish Grandma was here for this one, is Palm
I
Blanco,
know.
Pat McAfee versus Happy Corbin. I'm taking Palm Blanco in a showstopper.
I'm taking Palm Blanco all day. I love that they kind of filled in the background and told you that these two were both on the Cardinals roster when they were rookies,
Colts.
and they went through the. No, it was the Cardinals.
No, it was the Colts.
I'm telling you, it was the Cardinals. Look it up. But either way, they built that story in, and they added to the rivalry, and they've had these two going back and forth, and almost makes Corbin tolerable. But it's always good to have him as the brunt of a joke.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going with Palm Blanco all day on this one. I hope Corbin gets his ass whipped. Like, goodbye, bum ass Corbin.
Right. All right. Next match, Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch. Who do you got?
Man, it's going to be a great match. But I think this is where Bianca finally gets that revenge for what happened at last SummerSlam with Becky.
Okay.
Like, they've gone back and forth a little bit, and Becky has fallen off since dropping the title, done everything she could to try to climb back into contention, get another match. It's coming now. But I think they just used this match to wrap it up and give Bianca that vengeance so that she can move forward
A
as the
solid
Raw Women's
push.
Champion. Yeah. Get that like legitimate rub at the same show, at a Big Four show, to just catapult her up. And then maybe later down the line we get something with, her and Alexa, or we get her Rhea Ripley like we were supposed to get before she got hurt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we've said it on this show before, like the 4 horsewomen are great, but we're missing what, 3 of the 4 of them right now? And
2 of the 4. No, 3. Yeah, Charlotte's not back
Bailey's
yet.
injured. Sasha's at
Charlotte's
home.
not back
Charlotte
yet.
is on vacation. So we got Becky, end of list. Eventually you have
gotta-
to move somebody else forward.
Yep.
And
Absolutely.
Bianca is the leading fucking candidate to move into that echelon with the 4 horsewomen.
Yep.
Maybe
agree.
Rhea's a little bit behind her, that you can go from there. But Bianca is ready to be on that list, and
Yes.
this will just prove it. So I'm going to stick with the EST.
Okay. I think you're onto something here. I think Bianca's gonna win this one. Here's the thing. This is gonna go down one of 2 ways. Either they're gonna let Belair squash Becky Lynch like Becky did to her, or because Becky's been she's been kind of losing her shit since she lost the title. And what better way to make her fully lose her shit and go like revert back to the man, I guess, like you could say, is have her get squashed at SummerSlam. Or this is going to be a knockdown, drag out 15-20 minute wrestling match. And either way, it's going to make Bianca Belair look amazing.
Yeah. Is it just me, or with the regime changing, could you see like Triple H and Steph sitting down with, say, like Becky and Seth Rollins and be like, "Hey, what the fuck? You're dressed like Lady Gaga. You look like the Joker. You keep losing. What the fuck happened to you two?"
That would be awesome, Ivan. A Bailey return at SummerSlam?
Yeah. Although we have had several Bailey and Bianca matches, but they were good.
Yeah.
They were damn good. And I'm not even a big Bailey fan, but those matches were fucking great.
So, the last match to talk about.
Oh boy.
Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns in a last man standing match. And I'm saying it right now. Theory walks away with both fucking titles.
I don't see it. I just don't.
Actually, you know what? I'm sorry. I can't say that no more. No. I forgot the old man's not there anymore.
Yeah, Daddy's not here anymore.
Daddy's not there
okay?
anymore. I forgot.
I mean, even the faithful at Madison Square Garden were there to, with a chant, ask Austin Theory one personal question, which
Who is my daddy and what does he do?
Yeah.
I fucking love that, by the way. The entire Garden chanting, "Who's your daddy?" I mean, I know you being a Red Sox fan, that might have irked you, but for me personally, just them getting on him and the look on his face, I was like, yes. But that's one reason. There are so many reasons I don't see this happening. What did I say? Triple H.
Nothing.
That's a lot of what ifs, homie.
Well,
it's good, but it's a lot of what ifs. But there are so many other factors in here. Like I already said, first and foremost, you got to get past Bobby Lashley, who has destroyed bigger, badder men than Theory. That's number one. Now, I know Mike had said something about, a twist where it turns out Ziggler is running with Theory, and that would be cool. But the way I was looking at it was not from that standpoint. I was looking at it, going back to someone we just talked about, as like Lone Wolf Baron Corbin. Does anybody remember him winning Money in the Bank, turning around, trying to cash it in on good old Jinder? And next thing you know, a veteran like John Cena comes running down the ramp, stops him from doing it. And then they have a match. And, well, now we see where Happy Corbin is years later. I feel like in this situation, the way they're presenting it to us, Theory is Baron Corbin. Dolph Ziggler is John Cena. And we're going to run this back. Now,
yeah, okay.
Even if that doesn't happen, you still got to worry about the Usos on the way to the ring. Because I'm sure they're going to have a banger with the Profits, but they're going to have Romans back in the main event. They might even be on different friggin' nights. So that's not really going to matter.
This is 2 nights?
Yes, it is a 2-night event.
What the fuck?
Well, they have a huge card, so it's either 2 nights or 6.5, 7 hours straight, and I prefer 2 nights. But the last few weeks, I can't count how many times, whether they were supposed to be tagged up with him or whether he was talking shit. I can't count how many times the Usos have hauled off and super kicked Theory. Yeah. And if he tries at any point before, during, or after that match to come down that ramp with the case, guess what's going to happen again? The same fucking thing that's been happening to him week after week on Raw and SmackDown. There will be the Usos to super kick his head off.
Okay.
So we're talking, you got to get through Bobby, Dolph, and the Usos to get to whatever's left of Roman and Brock. And Roman's already brutalized this guy on a dozen occasions. So is Brock.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of another amazing show.
At least hopefully amazing. Like, I'm
glad
you guys seem to enjoy
I
it.
had fun.
We had a ton of people, OG fans and new in the chat tonight. I enjoyed the hell out of myself. Thank you all for showing up. And I guess I'll let Brucey get back to this so we can give you our social medias for those who may not have heard him before. Is it 1 night this year, Mike? I thought it was 2. It was my bad. Oh, no. That's right. It's 1 night, and then the next night is Flair's last match. I apologize.
Yeah.
I got him twisted. My bad.
Okay, good.
Thank you, Big Mike.
So before I get into our social medias, for those of you that are watching that don't know or haven't heard or haven't seen the news, we have decided to merge with Rewind Wrestling Network, which is actually a huge deal for both shows.
Yeah.
As of September 2nd, this show will be shown on Rewind Wrestling Network on YouTube.
Exclusively.
So please, exclusively. So please go follow Rewind Wrestling Network. Watch our shows there as of September 2nd, and get to know the Rewind crew before we get over there. Great show, great people.
Awesome people.
Get to know them. So now that is said, you can find us at two places in one spot. Yes, one name, two places, one spot. That is Facebook. You can find us at Top Rope Wrestling Talk. That is our group. You can find us there. That's where we have our forums, our threads, have fun, post memes, talk wrestling, and just shoot the shit. And then you can also find us in the second place with the same name, and that's our page. Go on there. That's where we post clips from the show, upcoming episodes, stuff like that, our links. And then you can also find us on Twitter at Top Rope WT. Go on there. Dom's pretty active on that. Actually, we don't even really have to be like, we're active on there, but like the activity takes care of itself on our Twitter, for crying out loud.
Yeah, it's been off the chain lately.
And then you can find us at the PWI award-winning Instagram handle for the worst handle ever. You can find us on the gram. Here we go. At top_rope_wrestling_talk. Yes, that won a PWI award.
The worst.
The worst.
It's even going to win us a legal award. 2-time award winning.
All right, Dom, tell everyone where they can buy our merch and listen to us on podcast platforms.
Yeah. Also, Brucey mentioned, we're going to go exclusively to Rewind Wrestling Network's YouTube channel in September. We will also be moving to their podcast platforms. So if you haven't yet, the link tree for their stuff is in the description of this live stream. Click it, follow them, listen to them, get to know them as well. But in the meantime, until September, you can find us pretty much wherever podcasts are distributed. But for one-stop shopping, go to anchor.fm/TRWT. You will see all our episodes there. You will also see all the platforms we're available on, so you can find your favorite and listen along. You can get all of our merch, and I say that because there is a vast array. I mean, almost everything you can think of at trwtmerch.threadless.com. When you go to the website, you'll see the logos that are available. When you click on those logos, there is an assortment of things you can get and different styles that you can get them in. It's very customizable. There is international shipping for our fans like PETA and of course Felipe and everybody around the world that watches and listens and loves us. So definitely hit up trwtmerch.threadless.com. Get you some stuff today. Maybe put some gas in our tanks. Help me save up to get to WrestleMania 40 because, I need to go. I need to be there.
Right? Right? No, I don't want
Damn right.
Philly. No, I don't want to go to
Fuck
Philly.
you. You want to go to Philly. I'm going to bring you. We're going to go to WrestleMania 40. You're going to love it.
No, I went to Philly and it wasn't the right part of the neighborhood, so.
Oh, well, that's why you got to let me take you. I know how to
I
get
got
around.
lost.
I
got lost.
Yeah, you don't want to make 3 suspect lefts, but it's still a good city, and I'm dying for WrestleMania 40. I know it's 2 years away. I'm still dying for it. But damn, since we don't have Grandma, I don't know whether I should say
Stay fresh cheese bags.
Oh, he's gonna say it. I personally was just gonna click.
Swoop, thank you, bye.
I haven't asked for it. I came through with it. But yeah, I mean, everybody enjoy wrestling out there. Like I said, I don't care if it's SummerSlam, Ric Flair's last match, the card is fire, whatever. But stay safe out there. Enjoy wrestling. If it's not your cup of tea, let somebody else drink it.
Exactly. Deuces, bitches.
Once again. Every episode.
Bye.
Damn you, Brucey. You're making me want to do it again just because Wendy.
Swoop, thank you, bye.
We'll see you next week, folks. Get ready for Ref Amy.